Throughout the course, we've seen lots of different ways to use Notion, but in this video, I wanted to talk a bit more about how I personally use Notion, both in my work and in my private life. And this video is going to focus on the private life, and the next one is going to be all about the work life. So we are here in my private Notion workspace, and the first thing I want to show you is my goals page. Now in here, I have two databases, one for my monthly goals and one for my yearly goals. And they are not connected whatsoever. They are just two simple databases because I have actually realized that for me personally, it's much easier to have things be really simple than to have all kinds of fancy connections and relations and rollups and all that sort of stuff, because usually that takes a lot of time to maintain. And in some cases it might be worth it, but in this case, for me personally, it isn't worth it. So that's why I keep it like that. And usually I go in here like once a month. I update my goals for the month. So basically I set goals for the next month. I take a look at the goals I have set for the last month and see if I've actually achieved them. And I also look at my yearly goals to have some guideline if I'm actually fulfilling these goals or if I'm doing something completely different. Next up, we have my recipe database, and this is basically just like the database that we used for many of the examples throughout this course so far. It's a bit different, but still pretty similar. So it's just a big collection of all the recipes that I really enjoy, be it food or cocktails or desserts, snacks, like basically everything. And I really plan to expand that in the future because I really enjoy having, this ever-growing collection of recipes that I enjoy and things that I like to eat. So that's something that I really use Notion for quite a lot. Next up, we have my learning database. And this is again really simple because I don't have the time to really maintain a lot of database properties and all that kind of stuff. So it's basically just what I want to learn and then whether I've gotten the time to take a look at it or not. And that basically is how I manage all the things that I learn, keep it simple and to keep everything going smooth. Now on my resources page, I have quite a couple of different databases, and I'm not going to cover all of them, but one of them that I want to show you is my restaurants and bars database. So this is pretty similar to the recipes database, but instead of using recipes, I'm actually using different restaurants and bars and cafes that I really liked. And my goal here is to basically have nice restaurant recommendations myself wherever I go to. So if I come to a new city, I already know the restaurants that I like, and if I come back to the city, then even more. So this is something that I plan on using the next 10, 15, 20, whatever years, and expanding it to kind of fit my taste and also to add new recipes, new restaurants whenever I come across one that I really like. Another database that I have in here is my interesting products and companies database. I'm really into startups and technology, and so I have this database full of different, startups, software tools, products, and so on that I find very interesting or that I want to learn more about in the future. And so I collect them in one place so that I do not forget them, when I come across them, like on Twitter or so, to keep them in one central place. And now one of the fun databases that I just recently started, so it's pretty empty, but this is my beers database. So it's basically a collection of the beers that I really enjoyed from different countries. So yeah, I just got two of them in here right now, but this is something that I want to expand in the future as well. It basically just shows you what you can do with Notion. There's so many possibilities, both for your personal life and also for your work life. And doing these things that you enjoy and making Notion the central place for keeping everything that you want to remember, all the things that you want to keep for later is, in my opinion, a great way of going about things because that makes it easier for you in your life. You know where things go, you know where to find things. And that's what I do with my Notion workspace as well. All right, that's it for this quick peek into my private Notion databases. In the next video, we'll talk about my work-related databases and tools in Notion, like revenue tracking, planning online courses, and many more.